So we found this land trust by accident, and we had a good hike on it. And that's a trail. It's a short trail loop. We are on another hiking trail. This one is actually a private hiking trail.
Land trust.
Land trust. And it's near a neighborhood, so I guess they own it. I don't know. But we're on a flatter course. This is one I picked, of course.
Still has sand.
Still has sand. We said we were through looking at rocks, but apparently we're still looking at rocks
And desert.
and mountains, and then of course you're gonna have cactus.
Yes. And there's not much I'm scared of in the desert, but this little cactus, this jumping cactus, I am.
This I thought was a very unique cactus. I had to get a picture of it.
And then, of course, there's one of my lizards that I had to see and take a picture of.
He waited for her.
So we were originally going to hike, I don't know, somewhere Raymond found on all trails, and we found this Oswald Canyon Trail. Excuse me. And it is in the middle of Palm Springs, California. You can see the little town down there. It's cool up here. It's nice. You can see the clouds in the background over there in the mountains. Pretty nice. This is just a little short hike.
And then I snuck a picture of Jen standing there looking at rocks. She loves looking at rocks. Speaking of rocks, this is one of my favorite picture of rocks right here. I may have to print that one.
It's a good one.
So this is kind of a surround picture, I guess is what I call it. I'm going to go all the way around. Look at all these mountains back in here. You could go up into the canyon, but you had to do some bouldering, and you could have saw a waterfall, maybe. And you go all these mountains all the way around.
Feel like you're out here by yourself.
And then all of a sudden, there's houses over here.
Right.
See all those houses right there? And we have what looks like maybe cloudy skies coming or past us or something. But we'll be off the trail before that ever hits us. So how many times have you been on a hiking trail and you have a cul-de-sac where you actually make a U-turn and turn around and go back?
It's an actual loop.
It's an actual loop. But we got back to the start point of the other trail, and they had a little short out and back, and we took it too to get a little bit more miles in, or half miles or 10th miles, whichever it was. And this is the end of it. We're going to turn around and go back.
0.2 miles.
0.2. There you go. So this is a South Lichen trailhead that after Jen saw this, she said, "What?"
I said, this is the hike we're not doing.
And then we found a restaurant at a motel and ate lunch, and it was great. And then as we left, all gender restroom. There you go. So I took some video inside, and I guess everybody's allowed in. But they do have individual door stalls, and so I guess you have privacy if you need it. Of course, that's a handicap section.
We are headed to the Palm Springs aerial tramway that will take us to the top of San Jacinto Mountain. And this road, we've got another mile to go. And you'll see this sign right here. It says steep grade, turn off air conditioner. And we haven't seen that steep a grade, but we're not there yet, so we'll see.
As Jen said, see the things that she gets herself into. We're going to go up
All the way up there.
that trail.
So I am claustrophobic, and my biggest fear is falling. So us going up on this tramway was me facing my fears for sure. Doing it scared.
So we got on the tramway, and this is going up. And after you get started, the floor starts to rotate. So you're facing forward 1 minute, and I mean it takes. I think we rotated 4 times from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. But it was pretty neat. You had to kind of held your arm back to keep a still photo, but uh, everybody's rotating
Yeah.
except for the guy who's driving the tram, and he's in the middle and he's stationary. These are just some of the photos. I mean, it was beautiful up there. See, as high as you are, you go up pretty quick. There's one tram coming up, one tram going down, and it starts a new load every 20 minutes. And this is something, if you're in this area, you need to do it. As she said earlier, somewhere here, that it's expensive, but it's well worth it. I
It's
mean,
a hidden gem for
it is a
sure.
hidden gem for sure. I mean, and they tell you at the bottom, you need long pants, a long sleeve shirt, and a jacket, and really you need gloves. You leave down on the in the valley at 98 degrees, and you get up here and you're at snow's on the ground. I'll put it that way.
It was 41 degrees up there.
This is after we got off the tram, and you got a little walkway that you can go down through the park. And I thought it just went down and kind of leveled out, but it actually had 2 trails down there. One was 3/4 mile loop, and one was a mile and 3/4, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
We did one of those swap. I'll take a picture of your family, you take a picture of ours. And then we're still taking pictures around the top of the mountain here, looking at all the fog. If it hadn't been fogged in, you could have seen the valley all the way from 8,000 foot, 8,300, I think, foot elevation.
84, yeah.
84, she said. And but you can see the snow there.
And that just talks about the area. And this was a state park for California.
And then Jen found her buddy a squirrel, ground squirrel.
They were all over the place. It was just so pretty up there.
So we are hiking from the top of the tram, where the tram let us off. We're doing this little hike, switchback looking thing. I don't know how far down we go. We're gonna hike for a while. So we started doing, who is it, Picture Peggy?
Picture taking Peggy.
Picture taking Peggy. A friend of ours takes pictures, so many pictures on the trail that you can't get anywhere hiking fast at all. So we're taking her claim to fame on this trip because we took a lot of pictures.
Yep.
And this we hadn't even gotten started. Here's actually the trail marker where we started, and it just gets more prettier as we went.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we have found the 3/4 mile loop nature trail hike, and I tell you, I'm glad we came here. This is probably the prettiest thing I've seen so far on our trip. And we're gonna go right, she said. Yep. Oh, there you go. So I know it's foggy and you can't see a lot, but the fog sure is pretty.
It kind of adds to it.
Adds to it.
So this tree that you're going to see here in a second supposedly smelled like either vanilla or butterscotch. I thought it smelled like both.
We actually walked up on a guy smelling of the tree, and I accused him of kissing the tree, and he said, no, you got to read the sign. It tells you to smell it.
Yep.
This is one of the most beautiful pictures here, that scenery areas. It's just awesome in this area.
Yep.
The fog made it look good. The trees and all that makes it look good. The stumps, the roots. I mean, look at that.
It just makes it more dramatic, of course.
And then the streams that are flowing.
I mean, after being in the desert for so long, this was just amazing.
I felt like I was in another part of the country, and we were just on top of the mountain. That's showing how big one of the trees are. Jen had to get a picture of the bridge over the little stream.
Yep.
Then again, we started getting pictures of rocks.
Yeah.
Who does that?
We kept asking each other, how many pictures of rocks do we need?
Right.
And trees.
And trees. And that's a black woodpecker.
Yeah.
We heard him, and we found him, and we got his picture.
It was pretty cool. That picture turned out really well with us.
Yep.
Just more trees. I really wanted a picture of this bridge, kind of a different shot. And this tree looks so big. I'm 5'4", so that tree is probably more than 5 foot wide.
And then this is a ranger station that's on the trail.
Yeah, just randomly. Another picture of the trail. And then we went into the visitor center, and that's a picture of a hawk, if you didn't know, and it means something to me.
This is just a background picture before we left the top. Okay, so Jen told me a lot about this trail, so I want to ask her while we're up here on top, what did you think about the little hike?
I didn't tell you a lot. I told you one thing, that my soul is happy. I am among the trees, and I am happy.
Are you happy?
This was worth every single penny that it cost to get up here.
And it was a little
wonderful.
expensive.
Who cares? I'm happy.
And so this is the tram station as we left it. And this is just rock formations as we were going down.
Right, started down. Then this video I just wanted to do so you can see how fast we were moving. As I said, we went, what, 8,000? Not 8,000. We did the whole 15 mile of cable is what they said. So that's 7 miles up and 7 miles down.
Yeah.
7.5. That you're done in 20 minutes. I just took this video to kind of let you see how fast we're going. There's some of the snow on the side of the mountain. And really just beautiful scenery.
Yep. I love this.
One of the best photos we got right there.
Gorgeous. And this I wanted to show the striations in the rock, showing how it was formed. There's one of the what do you call those, towers?
Towers, yeah. One of those on the way up, they said, here's the biggest swing. That thing probably swung about 10 foot in both directions, forward and back.
Things you don't want to know.
Yeah, you didn't want to know that before you got on. You didn't have a choice after you got on.
Right.
And of course, this is the valley over there. This is back down into Palm Springs. You can see it way off in the background. Got us a selfie.
Yep.
We should smile when we do that, huh?
We should. Yep. And this also shows the steepness of the cable.
Right.
Which is pretty interesting. There's a shadow of the little tram.
And then here's a picture of the tram. As it says, it holds 82 people.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yes. This is that windmill farm that I think we saw on the way in. Zoom up there a little bit. Look at all the windmills. And this is down in the valley. We're in Palm Springs, California. We just got back from the tram up to the mountain. If you enjoyed our video, please select the subscribe and the like button below. To get to our next video, select one of the tabs. Comments are always welcome.